Hey, it's fucking 420 for all my potheads out there, all my smokers. What you smoking on? I'm at Puff Cannabis Company on Joseph Compound in Hamtramck, Detroit. It's popping over in this bitch. I'm looking at the fucking. I'm in the back. I'm looking at the cameras. It's just a gang of people up in here waiting to get served. And I'm sweetening the fucking deal. I got two autographed special fucking 420 autographed hummingbirds. If you're by Puff and you just want to roll in and get a fucking free book, first two cats that come by, it's yours. It's yours. Don't say I never did nothing for you. 'Cause I did. God damn it. And not to be a total pig here, but like the women here really know how to fill out their jeans. I'm zoning out on their butts. I'm sure they got like really good personalities too, but fuck me, son. Wow. So, yeah. I'm doing this for you. For all you potheads. For the weed shit. Call me up. Let me know what you smoking. Let me know what you smoking on. Shout out to this gentleman Steve that I met on the way into work. I came out. I had to put the mask on to go in the store, and his shit was so loud I could smell it through the mask. I was like, God damn, you smoking loud. And then he was like, Rude Jude. And he listens to the show, him and his brothers and cousins. So shout out to all of them. Everybody's celebrating 420. This is like the fucking Cinco de Mayo for potheads. Where'd it come from? Was it...
There's a whole story about it, and it's up around where I used to live in that Humboldt area. But these young guys, they were trying to find some Brothers Grow or something, and they would always meet at this one place in high school around 420, and it just kind of grew from there.
There it is.
That's the lore.
That's there's like 5 different stories, but
this one is pretty reliable.
That one sounds legit. Sounds legit. So 420. Some teenage kids came up with it, according to John.
I'm telling you.
And it blew up. I'm not fuck if I know shit. Like there's like 20 different fucking. I've heard that story before too. So there it is.
I think they were called the Waldos or something. And it doesn't matter. Oh, Dree out of Chicago. She's
Dree, what you smoking on?
I'm smoking on Jenny Kush by Rise.
There you go. I don't know if that's good. I got that motherfucking cookie dough, lemonade, pineapple crush, fucking peanut butter, GHB, TLC shit.
Cookie dough, lemonade.
Turn your shit off. Yeah, fuck it. That's why we don't talk to weed fuckers, because they don't know how to keep their fucking shit off. Smoking that Bammer. That's what we used to do, Sarah and I. We'd have people call up, tell them what they're smoking, and just shit on it, no matter what it was. What you smoking on? What you getting high on? The problem is, it's like we want to open up the phone lines to weed heads, but y'all just aren't good callers. The crackheads are much better callers than you. There's just not a national day for crackheads. Once again, in case you just tuned in, I'm at an actual weed store, Puff Cannabis Company, on Joseph Compound. Fucking, it's off the hook. I had to park on the street. There wasn't even any parking on the motherfucking in the parking lot. Parked on the street, rolled up in this bitch.
Well, I've got Alexis over in Baltimore.
Alexis, what you smoking on?
Hey, Jude. I'm smoking on some OG Kush.
OG Kush. There you go. That's that fucking throwback shit. That fucking...
Yes, sir.
Yeah. OG Kush is just kind of... That's been able to maintain throughout the years. What was the one everybody was smoking? The perp shit? That like came and went. But OG Kush was able to hold on tight forever. They like the Kush. Kush is actually it's like the Kush like mountain region in Afghanistan or some shit. That's where Kush comes from. In case you were wondering. You fucking weed heads don't care about that shit though, do you? You just want to know, is it banging? I was talking to my cousin too. They're doing research, and it's not just the THC levels; it's the turpentines or terpentines, whatever the fuck it's called. The smell also affects the high. Like if it's like a citrusy, brighter thing, you're gonna get more of a high, like more of a up. If it's skunkier, it's more of a chill.
You've looked into this.
That's the next thing that they're studying. So it's not just the THC level. I did my little edible last night, which was fucking helped me sleep my 3.5 hours. Bam.
10 milligrams. What?
I do half of 10 milligrams. If I do the full 10, I'm waking up fucking with weird phlegm in my throat, all cotton mouth, and thinking about everything that sucks about me. So I go with half.
Man, back before they regulated everything, one of your lady friends brought in those edibles. I had 3 25s. And I was high for like close to like 30 hours. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
I've had to miss work because of like drugs once or twice in 16 years, and one of those times was drinking too much CBD. That it was before they started regulating that shit, and I drank, it was CBD, and I was hallucinating, and I was like, I cannot make it to work today. Like, there's no way I can be on this microphone. My fucking the walls of my bedroom looks like a bandana. There's paisleys all over the fucking place. I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm 3 Zambars in. I'm still going. Like, nah. But shout out to anybody, shout out to everybody that can fucking deal with that shit, that likes the high. Based on the amount of customers at Puff, there's a lot of people that like the high, and a lot of people that are celebrating 420 today. So happy fucking 420 to you. Happy 420 to you, son. We got Chris Sage. He's a friend of the show, and he actually is a marijuana. He's a chef that did like molecular biology or some shit. Like he's one of them smart motherfuckers, and then he incorporates that into his cooking with marijuana and creates experiences for people. So he's gonna come chop it up with us. We haven't spoke to him in a minute, and it'll be good to catch up. He actually gave me some other shit to try that I haven't gotten around to yet. It's a bit of a commitment. You gotta like fast for 2 days. I'm like, I don't know about all that. I don't want to have to fast for 2 days to do some drugs. I just want to do them.
There's Brent in the Valley if you want to see what he's doing.
Brent in the Valley. I'm sure he's smoking good. He's in Cali. What do you got? What are you smoking on, Brent?
Got some Gorilla Glue. Got some gelatos.
Yeah, there you go.
OG, a little bit of everything. Got a little bit of everything. Some hash.
Damn, son, you got it all. I know.
Hell yeah. John just yelled at me, though, right now for putting the phone on speaker. I had the cops next to me.
Oh, dick.
Yeah, don't call when the cops are next to you. How's that? Fucking.
Oh, hey, I also heard 420 was for the amount of chemicals in THC. That's where it really comes from. That's what I always heard.
I don't even know what that means, but all right. There's 420 chemicals in THC. That sounds
wrong.
Yeah, that's what I always heard.
Yeah, okay. That's what happens when people smoke marijuana and start talking about shit. They fucking start saying shit like this. 420 amount of chemicals and THC. I counted them, bro. That's a scientist, bro. My cousin's a scientist. We got the weed chef coming on here, Chris Sage. I'll ask him if there's 420 chemicals in THC. Come on. I'm gonna ask him just so this guy never says that shit again. I got your fucking back. All right, don't go anywhere. It's Judy from Puff Cannabis Company, and it is the All Out Show. It's 420. Hoping you're having a good one, even if you don't smoke. It's fun to watch everybody get all excited about their marijuana and shit. And if you are smoking, kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's go.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
Shade 45. We got Chris Sage here. Fucking marijuana chef extraordinaire. Friend of the show. How you doing there, sir?
Yo, Jude. How's it going, man? Good to be back on.
Good to have you back. I know you were working on opening a restaurant. That must have got slowed down, so I'm guessing you're doing private events and stuff like that.
You know, COVID put a little bit of a damper on the restaurant scene. I don't know if you heard, but basically closed out like 60% of small businesses around the United States for food and beverage. So I just didn't feel good about opening up my first restaurant, like highly anticipated, worked on it for years in the middle of pandemic.
So what are you doing now then? Like how you getting the marijuana food out there?
It's crazy, man. Like when that all happened, my business basically just stopped. And then I was like, okay, because nobody was doing private. Everyone was scared. Nobody had any idea what was going on. Right. And then we basically just pivoted into more online digital content. And then the private dining side of my business started to explode, like hundreds of inquiries all around the United States every month. So we basically just, instead of, opening up the restaurant, we just doubled down on our private dining, and it's just been growing exponentially since then. And we actually got a fat book deal with Simon & Schuster. We got a huge residency with the SLS hotels for our Concept Secret Supper Club that we opened up in protest to the lockdowns. And then it's been like exploding everywhere. So now we're in Miami, we're in Colorado, and we're in California now. Hardcore.
And the thing I really like about the way you do your shit is it's like a journey. You don't get people fucked up at the appetizer. You know what I mean? Like you give them a little bit until they got a nice buzz going, and then you kind of bring them down. It's almost like you bring them up the hill and then you bring them down the hill. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like, you've had edibles. Everybody, I'm sure, listening has had an edible at one point in their life, and we all have that edible story where I just got too fucking high. And I feel like, everybody's scared of that moment. And so I had to
rightly so, Chris. Rightly so.
I mean, as I've said before, I think I'm a huge proponent of responsible use of psychedelics, and I've done every psychedelic under the sun at some point. And I have never had a worse experience than being too high off an edible, ever, on anything.
I can concur. Yeah. I got insomnia, so I had my cousin grab me some Rick Simpson oil, and I did, you're supposed to do like a grain of rice size shit or half of a grain of rice, and I just did a little bit too much of that, and I woke up choked the fuck out. I was like choking out, couldn't breathe, thinking about
paranoid as fuck.
Thinking about conversations I had with somebody 10 years ago where I might have hurt their feelings and shit. Like it was just fucking. I was like, yo, dude. Give me some Valium. I ended up having to go to Valium. I was like, yo, this is fucking too fucking much. Sidebar shit. We just had some guy call up. We were trying to figure out where 420 came from. He said 420 is the amount of what did he say? It was the amount of fucking
chemicals and THC or some bullshit.
Oh my God.
What?
No.
John, don't poison the well.
Sorry.
Don't poison the fucking well. So is 420 the amount of chemicals in THC?
No, definitely not. That is not where 420 comes from.
That was definitely fucking some four guys that were like 3 blunts in at 3 a.m. fucking came up with that fucking idea. How many chemicals are in THC?
There's basically like over 150 known compounds in the actual bud, like with all the different cannabinoids that we know of so far. But within that, there's, the chemical compound is like, it's thousands. Like, I mean, it's so many, it's crazy. So I don't know like why anybody would think that, but the 420 actually came from the known, like talked about origin is these 5 guys in, I believe, what was it, Raleigh, North Carolina? It was some school. I forget which school it was, but basically 5 guys started to meet up at like 4:20 p.m. because they wanted to get stoned together, and they created a code word, for 420. It's 420, and then they would go and go in the wherever college and then go smoke, and so it became synonymous with like the time to smoke, and then that date became synonymous with the holiday that is now widely celebrated as the best and most the cannabis holiday.
John said something similar to that, but he said it came from Humboldt. I got a question for you. What's that shit called, the way it smells? The terpenes?
Yeah.
All right. So terpenes, they're doing studies now, and how much of a factor do the terpenes actually play into the high that a person gets?
What we're finding out is that it plays a huge role. In fact, like the terpene will guide the high that you're having, because there's all these different cannabinoids, and in order to have like a balanced effect, you have to have THC, and you also have to have CBD and all the other cannabinoids. It's called the entourage effect, and the terpenes specifically play a large role in that, meaning that like, my favorite strain ever that I've ever tried is probably Jack Herrera, or some sort of mix of Jack Herrera and other things. And that mix is really the terpenes that are with it are pinene and limonene, which are both
that's a
amazing.
Brighter.
Exactly.
That would be a brighter, or more up. Is that
uplifting? Exactly. Okay. And it like more, you're like a bit more less cloudy in your head, and more like creative, more vibrant type of experience. And that, like, the terpenes play a massive role. Like when you go to a spa and you smell that lavender coming in, they do that because lavender is calming, and lavender is also the dominant terpene in that is myrcene. And so that is part of like the indica profile, which puts you to sleep because it's calming, is that myrcene effect. So the terpenes play a massive role in that.
Yeah, I try to put lavender oil in my goddamn humidifier, and I almost killed myself. I don't do that, anybody.
How much did you put in? What are you doing?
Bro, I don't know. I put in a few drops for the gallon, but it like my eyes were fucking watering. Everything it was choking me out. I felt like when they tear gas a place. I was like, I think I've gone too far.
You opened up the bottle, you poured like half of it in.
Yeah.
Gassed up the place.
and perhaps
they're super powerful.
So that being said, you see the next step, because everybody's coming up with like new ways to get high. They're dabbing, there's edibles and shit like that. Do you see like perhaps you know how they got the oil decanters or whatever the little oil shit?
Diffusers.
You see Yeah, diffusers. Do you see them going that route with terpenes and you doing terpene diffusers for the house?
100%. I mean, that's like that is already what's happening. But
Okay.
I think the whole industry right now is at a pivotal moment, like because during this whole pandemic, cannabis was considered a essential business, and I
Right.
think all of the rules and regulations are changing right now because all these states that closed down their entire economy for this virus basically got they're completely out of money, and the only way that they're going to, like, New York now just legalized recreational cannabis because everybody's moving out of New York. Like and same thing is happening with California and all these other states. And so essentially the cannabis industry is getting a huge boost into federal legalization, which I think will happen in the next couple of years. But where the industry is going, I think, is towards hospitality, like towards food and beverage, towards the lounges, bars, like restaurants. That type of atmosphere is what people want to enjoy their cannabis in, and like in safe, spaces where they're not going to be fucking terrorized for enjoying a joint, which is, legal in some states and illegal in others. And it's just a mess. So I think that the future of cannabis is really looking into hospitality more than anything else.
Is it going to be a double-edged sword? Is it going to be almost a pay-to-play where these big companies are able to get the licenses while small growers are going to be boxed out, or is that going to be a state-for-state thing?
It's going to be a state-for-state thing until the federal legalization, but it's already happening. Like, the rules for this stuff and the social equity that's being enacted is not really fair. And in addition to that, it's like you have these old fucks making decisions on a plant that they've never used ever in their life, and they're making decisions and bills and passing laws based on arbitrary information that they don't fully understand. So it's like painful when you look at these laws and you see that they just don't add up with what the consumers really want, with what the industry or like the community really wants out of these bills and laws and stuff being passed for cannabis, because they're just taxing it so much that it makes it unaffordable for the average person to get into the industry, where you have to have a huge financial backing in order to even make it worth it.
Yeah, and they got a limited amount of licenses, and even then you got all these crooked politicians where they're getting kickbacks to be able to get the licenses. It's kind of crazy to see, and that's why black market weed is still doing all right. Like surprisingly, like it's still. I would say it's doing even better than all right. Like there's a lot of that's still going on because the rules are not fair. Like the rules are completely skewed. So how can you expect, people to fall in line completely without really taking into account what needs to happen in order, for this bustling industry to have a fair chance? Like, it's, politics aside, I just think that people who make these laws need to have experience in this. And if you're making a law for something that you have no experience in, then there needs to be a ton of outside. We need Bill Clinton making all the laws for this shit. Yeah, I heard he didn't inhale, but at least he smoked. He smoked that shit. Since you know the chemical shit like that, like it's smoking what they call them, spliffs in Europe where they mix it with tobacco. What does that do? What does that do to the marijuana, mixing it with tobacco?
I mean, there's a lot of people have different sensations, but a lot of people enjoy that mix of tobacco and cannabis. But essentially, like, tobacco has a whole different effect. It has this buzz, this head buzz that happens with cannabis that I think people like, because it takes you, like, cannabis can sometimes take you out of your body and into your mind. And when you're in your mind, people can feel uncomfortable in that position if they're not really used to it. And I think what tobacco, in addition to cannabis, does is bring you more into your body and have this like buzz with your body, but still attaches you to your body. And I think that's why people like a little bit of both. Personally, I don't use any tobacco products unless it's like the real tobacco that doesn't have any of the, you know, chemicals in it to make you addicted to it. But
would that be similar for blunts as well? Because that always like as a non-smoker, like I would always be confused. I'd be like, damn, bro, they got this like fire ass weed and they're just about to put it into a fucking grape flavored fucking swisher. Like, and I didn't understand that all the way. But would you be getting a similar buzz like that as well, or what? Okay.
Definitely. The tobacco leaves that are rolled in it are definitely, you know, similar to like mixing a little bit of, you know, tobacco into the joint or the blunt. But for anybody that really loves weed, like there's very few people that will mix it, because it's a whole different experience. And it just ruins it, for me at least. Like I know that there's plenty of people out there that are like, oh, this is the shit, but I cannot stand it. Like it literally ruins the entire experience for me, like everything.
You just pissed off all the backwoods smokers that listen.
For real.
They're literally fucking throwing rocks at the radio right now. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. We got Chris Sage here. I'm at Puff Cannabis Company, 420. We're talking weed today for a little bit. Do you got any like decent little recipes that somebody might be able to hook up at the crib that's not gonna be too crazy or
I do. Difficult? I have some recipes on the Instagram now that are easy enough for people to get into, but I'm literally releasing a whole book, and I'm giving away like everything, all my secrets, and I'm putting it out there so that people can, you know, really get into this business and like really get into, just even if they want it at home, like how to just cook something really good with cannabis. And so I'm, you know, that's out really soon. And then
what's your Instagram?
It's _Herbal_chef.
There it is. Give me a quick one just for free. Just give me first hit for free.
You want me
first hit's free. You know how we do. 888-742-3345. Chris Sage here.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna give you a fucking recipe right here. Oh. Okay, so if you're making your own cannabis at home, here's what you need to do. Get 1 cup of your favorite oil, which I highly recommend a unrefined coconut oil. And then if you don't have that, grapeseed oil would be my next choice. And then if you don't have that, you can use other oils, but those are my top 2. Get an eighth of your favorite cannabis, whatever it is, and grind it up.
All right.
You're gonna put that on a baking sheet with like parchment paper, and then you're gonna put the cannabis on top of there that's ground up. You're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Until all of that it gets toasted and all that aroma is leaving it. Basically, you're activating the cannabis in a process called decarboxylation. So you want to keep an eye on it. Check on it in 20 minutes, see how it's doing. Check on it in 25 minutes. Check on it in 30 minutes. And then, after 30 minutes, when it's decarboxylated, take it out.
Chris, how much oil goes with an eighth?
So 1 cup of that oil.
One cup of that oil. Okay.
Right. You're going to take that oil. You're going to put it in the pot. You're going to put it on the stove on very low. Yeah. And then you're going to put that decarboxylated bud into that oil. And you're going to let that cook. You're going to put it on low. You're going to let it cook for 12 hours at least. And you can let it go overnight if you have the time.
All right.
Then you're going to strain that really well. You're going to cool it. And then now you have a beautiful oil to use as like a tablespoon at a time, or even a teaspoon at a time for those that aren't, really savvy yet. And then just add it to a recipe and see how you feel with that teaspoon. And then keep, you can increase it and decrease it, but you'll have a steady, sort of, you'll basically start to understand like how much you can put in there after you do this recipe. That way you have exactly enough. You can up the dosage if you want a little bit more. You can take it down if you don't want it. So it's kind of up to you.
So, like, do you pick the coconut oil because you could cook it at a higher heat? Is that why?
Exactly.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I use that for my popcorn, and that shit is fucking fire. It tastes like the
oh
movie
my
theaters.
God. Yes.
So you
then,
can make some weed popcorn and fucking
exactly.
That would be
But
a
you don't
good.
wanna
That would be
heat
a
this
good
oil
way.
up.
You don't want to heat the oil up.
You don't want to heat it up too much. So if you're like
Okay.
putting it in popcorn, if you're putting it in something, do it towards the end of the cooking period. So like when you're tossing that popcorn with the butter at the end or the coconut oil at the end, and then you cook your kernels, you pop your kernels in that coconut oil. After they're popped, add that cannabis oil in, and then fold it in, so that way you have like the freshest without it degrading at all.
There it is. So yeah, don't actually pop the popcorn in it. Do it. Finish it. 888-742-3345. Let's talk to some people, Chris.
Hell yeah.
Let's go to G in Hartford, Connecticut.
G in Hartford. What up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I just had a question about these CBD seltzers I've been drinking. Like, I'm in Connecticut, so, it's not quite legal out here. So I'm just wondering, if this Connecticut brewery that claims it's got 52 milligrams of CBD, am I getting ripped off? Should I go to a state that is legal, or will it be like fake or real?
So specifically for CBD, it's global. You can ship it globally. So they likely have legit, I don't know if they have their certificate of analysis up for display, but that's how you would know 100% for sure if it's legit or not. But you're likely not getting ripped off, because CBD, you can ship it anywhere. So if they're just buying CBD and then adding it, water soluble CBD, and then adding it to the seltzer, then that's most likely what's happening in Connecticut right now.
All right, so there you go. Your CBD seltzer is not bunk. Congratulations. You're not getting ripped off. But you would be able to know, like, either you feel chill or you don't fucking feel chill. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be the like, that's how I can tell if my drugs are working. Like, I'm like,
exactly.
I'm not high
50
yet.
milligrams of CBD too is pretty substantial. So you should feel something.
Yeah.
Not like high, but just a little bit more chill.
Yeah, chill the fuck out, fucking relax. I've also noticed that people are smoking more CBD
flower.
Yeah, which I find interesting. What are they getting that chill buzz out of that? I'm also seeing them mixing it with using it as a base for their DMT, like people doing DMT and they're using the CBD flower to smoke their DMT with. Do you get much out of smoking the CBD flower or not?
I definitely so right now I'm not like in my prime. I could smoke like 5 grams to the face and still function. And now I can smoke like 3-4 hits and I'm good. If I were to, take the CBD flower, grind it up and mix it with the THC flower that I normally smoke, then I can smoke a whole joint. And it's like the ritual that feels really good. And I think that's what people want. Like, yeah, it's a bit calming, but I think people really like the ritual of smoking something. And so the CBD flower offers that without like that intense high that's happening. And I think, I'm even considering putting out like a CBD blend of pre-rolls. Because I see them at the dinners all the time. They want something to smoke, but they don't want to get like fucking egregiously high. So that's a nice balance there,
That's smart. But you get to smoke, but you're not fucking retarded at the end.
Exactly.
You're fucking chilling.
Exactly.
Let's get another call. I know you got a hard out in a second, so let's get another call. 888-742-3345. Got Chris Sage here, the herbal chef.
Josh in Saratoga Springs, New York.
Josh.
Hey, what up, Judy?
Chilling, man. You got Chris.
Hi,
Go ahead.
What's up, Chris? I got a quick question. Just curious, I'm rolling out some pizza sauces, medicated infused pizza sauces. Was curious as to what oils you would recommend as far as infusion, whether go lighter, darker, canola, avocado for cooking with, or, olive oil for flavor, stuff like that.
If I'm making a medicated pizza sauce and I want it to be true to my, Italian side of the family, I would choose a really good olive oil to finish it with. So you're going to make your pizza sauce like normal, and then you're going to make your infused oil in the way that I just gave a little bit earlier here. But I would probably up the dosage on it like crazy. I'd probably put like an ounce into each cup. And then I would take, as you have to go get that lab tested so that you know what you're working with. But I would add a little bit of that oil to make it like per cup of marinara sauce. I would try and make that cup 100 milligrams. And then that way, when you're selling this, like you have a easy dose method, and it's like really, really simple. I would definitely choose a beautiful olive oil to do that in, and I would add it in after the cooking process so that you don't cook all your terpenes off and all of your other cannabinoids that are a bit more sensitive to heat rather than THC and CBD, which they're a little bit higher in their sensitivity to heat.
Bam. There you go. Yo, Chris, I want to thank you for calling up, answering all the fucking questions that I had, and sprinkling me with even more knowledge. Congratulations on the book deal. You got a name? You got a name for the book yet or not?
Yeah, man. It's called Sugar High.
Sugar High, and that'll be dropping in a year?
April of 2022.
April of 2022. Also, the Herbal Chef with the underscores in between on Instagram. Hit him up. Events, recipes, from the rooter to the tutor. He's got you, bro. He fucking got you, man.
Yeah, man. It's always good to catch up, Jude. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, ditto, bro. I'm glad you're well. Glad you're crushing it, and can't wait to try some of your food. That's not gonna get me too fucked up.
Dude, you'll have to come.
When are you gonna start cooking with GHB? That's what I want to know. when are we gonna have the GHB chef?
That's next.
I'm gonna be fetal position after my steak. All right, sweet. All right,
bro.
That's Chris Sage, y'all, from Puff Cannabis Company on 420. Let's get it.
The remix. We got 5 on everything, man. We got Drew Down. We got the Looney. Shot G. Let's go to Yuck Man. Yeah, Rich. Eat folded. Spice Hurricane.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
Hey there, you. How you doing? How's it going? Are you having a great day? Fuck yeah, that's great. You don't need me. But if you're going through a thing and you need to talk to somebody, I am your guy. I'm a life coach. I'm like a therapist that didn't go to school. So there's that. Girl problems? I've had them. I can help you. Guy problems? I'm a dude. I know how we think. Work problems? I've worked at some fucking crazy places. I can help you get through that shit. Parent problems? I am one and I got some. So call up. Friend problems? I got you there too. You just got to take a step towards me, and I'm going to take 2 steps towards you. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. I got your back. It's What Would You Do? And it's coming up next.
The band deal with this. You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
It's like a ray of light beaming down knowledge from the heavens above.
What would you do? Need advice?
Call us up right now.
888-SHADE-45. What would you do?
On Shade 45.
It's Shade 45. You got a problem? Call me up right now. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Girl problem, guy problem, family problem, any type of problem, job problem. I got your back. Friend problem. Your friends aren't going to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it 1 billion. I'm going to keep it all the way real because I don't have to see you again. That's the upside of this whole fucking thing. All right. Who we got there, John?
Mike in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
All right, Mike, what's your problem?
Hi, Jude. So about 1.5 years ago, I met this chick while at the beach. Banged her the first night I met her. Found out she was married. We continued fucking for the past 1.5 years. She tried to leave him a few months ago, and the dude went psycho. Her family treated her like a whore and forced her to stay. He finally gave her a real legit reason for a divorce. She has the family's blessing now, and she's ready to, like, move in and start a real relationship with me. I'm not sure if I should try and pursue this or if I should run for the hills.
I don't know.
The husband is kind of psychotic, man.
Yeah, it sounds like you're signing up for a lot of fucking shit. Perhaps you were just... Sometimes I fucked chicks that had men, and I was the trigger to help them get the fuck out of the situation, but I didn't stick around to stay in the situation. It sounds like you're signing up for a lot of bullshit, like a crazy family that's controlling, a crazy ex-husband who knows does she got kids with him or no?
Yeah, she's got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Oh yeah, now you got some kids.
They love me.
Yeah, but they love you right now. Wait till the husband starts poisoning their brain and fucking sending them into the house like fucking like jihad in your ass, like Scud missiles blowing up your fucking happy home, dude. Like not. I don't know, man. I'd let this one go. I heard, she's cool, but like she can't even fucking get divorced on her own without her fucking parents' consent.
This is true.
And you get to be a stepdad, and you get to be a stepdad to somebody whose the father's a maniac. Sounds like you're signing up for a fucking headache to me, bro. That would be a hard pass. Yeah, you're welcome. Have fun. I hope the pussy was great, but keep it pushing. Keep it fucking pushing. All right. Who else we got?
Darren up in Toronto.
Darren. T-Dot.
Hey, Jude. Hey, Jude.
Hey, what's up?
Big fan.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Well, we have a property my mother bought and passed away 23 years ago, and it's worth about $1 million now. My father's decided to sell it to my brother for $400,000, essentially cutting me out of it entirely and transferring all that wealth to my brother.
Well, whose was it? Your grandparents?
It was my mother's.
Oh, it was your mom's?
Yeah.
Why does your dad hate you? I'm just out of curiosity.
I don't know, man. I had a child. I've got a 23-year-old son, and I was only 21 when it happened. And he said that I was ruining my life. But my wife and I we're still together, and we've got a 23 and a 19-year-old. And I don't know. Look,
it's hurtful, but nobody owes you shit.
Yeah, I know that, man. I know.
So
I don't know why he's doing it. So
it sounds
should I cut him out of my life?
What's that? I don't know.
Cut him out of my life?
I don't. That's up to you. You know what I mean? Like you should have a talk with them and just be like, yo, dog. Like and tell them like I realize you don't owe me shit. No one owes me anything. I want to continue having a relationship with you. Why did this happen? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And then go, and then when you get that answer, then you can decide whether or not you want that person in your life anymore. You know, like
yeah, that makes sense.
Like the thing with these wills.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The thing with wills and shit, like people feel like they deserve something. Like nobody deserves shit. Like nobody deserves nothing. You didn't make your mom's $1 million or none of that shit. Like you don't deserve that. Like if you get it, it's a bonus. If you don't, that's fucking life. It sounds to me like you're doing fine without that shit. It is like it is a slight. He is fucking dissing you. So you can address that, but don't get caught up on the money shit.
Appreciate that, and 100%. I just don't understand what's going on. So thank you, Jude. I've done very well for myself. I'm independently wealthy, but you know what? It just pisses me off that it wasn't. You know, they kept it a secret for over 2 years.
Yeah, it's hurtful as shit. And maybe your brother's doing worse than you. So for all I know, maybe he felt like he needed to help him more than he needed to help you. I don't know. Like, I'm just throwing out ideas here. I'm just spitballing. The only way you're gonna know is by talking to him, and hopefully he's honest with you. It sounds like he won't be because they haven't been, and then that's your answer right there. All right, who else we got?
Joe out on Long Island.
Joe in Long Island.
Yep.
What up, Joe?
Yeah, so here's my situation. I caught some charges back in December, and I was out of work for the charges for a few days, whatever. I get back to work, and I get a request, a service request, and the name sounds familiar, so I'm like, where have I heard this name from before? So it ends up being the person that put in the service request was the judge that convicted me. Now I got to see this person every day. Do I say something to them? Like, do I try to explain to that person, like, you know, listen, you kind of judge me off of what the police told you, but this is really who I am.
No, I wouldn't say shit. Just do you, and let him decide on that shit. And if it comes up, be like, I would tell him later on in life. I wouldn't plant any seeds. I would allow him to fucking feel however he feels about you, and then if it comes up, be like, yeah, you were my judge. You convicted me. I'd wait to
the same thing.
I'd wait. Yeah, wait
Not
to
to
drop
say
it
shit.
on his
Don't
ass.
say
Yeah,
shit.
don't say a fucking thing. Just
Yeah.
do your fucking thing. And like you know how that shit like. You know how that shit is with the fucking legal system, man. Like, if you don't got a good ass lawyer, you're fucked in the game, bro. Like, it's just the way it goes.
Attorney, you know, we got everything, you know, dismissed for now, but I have to go back, you know, next year to court and then get everything, you know, dropped. They just want to see if I'm going to do something within that year.
Yeah. Well, sounds to me like, look, man, you don't want to stir the pot. Just fucking do your shit. And if you feel all the way uncomfortable, get transferred off of this job and go to a different job. But I think it's a good opportunity for you to do a good job, and possibly you can have a fucking, when you show up in court, he'll see you and he'll be like, God damn, he's been working on my shit this whole fucking time. Not a bad dude. You know what I mean? So, to me, it's a decent opportunity for you to fucking brown nose this motherfucker and stay out of jail. You don't got a dick suck him or no shit, but like, you know, just be cool. Brandon
in LA.
Brandon in Los Angeles.
What's happening, man? Happy 420, big dog.
Thank you, bro. What's your problem?
Oh, man, I'm just trying to figure out why everybody in my family keep thinking I'm just jealous of my cousin, when it ain't got nothing to do with jealousy, just the way that they treat like the difference that they put the input in between us. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got a better relationship with my own mom than I do. But they think I'm jealous of it. No, I'm trying to figure out why, you know what I'm saying? Why I think I'm jealous of him.
Why do you think he has a better relationship with your mother than you?
Man, I'm trying to figure out. I can't seem to get no answers. The only answer I get is stop being jealous. Why are you so jealous? How am I jealous when I be trying to figure out why you can drive 3 hours to see my cousin, but you can't drive 45 minutes to see your son?
Yeah, that's hurtful. Were you like a fuck up or anything like that, or were they just like fed up with your ass, or like?
What kid wasn't the fuck up? We was all the kids in our family was fuck ups. It ain't just me.
Yeah, the cousin was too, huh?
Man, we done both been through the same thing. Went to jail, for the same reasons. 5 years apart. Came home, same scenario. We grew up. This is my little brother, not just my cousin. You feel me? That's my brother. I think you
said it. You halfway said it. You're outspoken. I'm not cool with a lot of my family members because I fucking talk and I say things they don't want to hear, and therefore they stay the fuck away from me. So perhaps you being outspoken You speaking your truth, that comes at a sacrifice, and sometimes that sacrifice is relationships with loved ones because they don't want to hear that shit. And that's an unfortunate fact. When confronted with the truth, people often react in a negative or violent way because it makes them question their whole being, especially if you're really spitting some real shit.
Yeah, I'm getting man. Everybody don't want to hear the truth, but I guess the truth hurts. But motherfuckers don't understand. You hearing the truth hurts too, but think about the more hurt that the person going through that's telling you the truth.
Yeah, I know. Like that's a painful thing. Yeah, I've learned. I learned a couple years ago to I don't need to tell everybody what the fuck I'm thinking, because I'm not gonna change their mind, and all it's gonna do is just create a gap between the two of us. So I just let people believe their fucking bullshit, and I keep it moving. And as long as it doesn't affect me, it's like that's what the fuck it is. Because it's the same deal. I've burned too many fucking bridges with family members and shit over fucking stuff that's really not that deep. But it hurts their heart. Every time they see me, I'm like a reminder that they're full of shit. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345.
Lucas in Western Massachusetts.
Lucas.
Yo, Jude.
What up, though?
All right, so I'm 31 years old, and I'm living at home. I'm having a hard time getting pussy. What would you do?
Well, I would come up with a plan to get the fuck out of my parents' house.
Yeah, I recently moved back home because a tough situation, and now I'm kind of stranded.
Well, you gotta come up with a plan to fucking unfuck yourself. Yeah, we all fall down. It's dope that your parents were there to fucking help you, but you gotta what caliber chick wants to fuck some guy that's 31 and lives with his parents? They're out there.
Yeah, that's my problem.
They're just not the highest caliber. That's all I'm saying. So maybe you need to cut some of your expenses, figure out a better job, save money better, and get the fuck out. I mean, you're better off even having a fucking roommate than living with your goddamn parents, man. You're 31. And I don't know what happened where you had to move back in, maybe bad luck, and that happens to everybody, but you got to get, you got to bounce back. You can't stay in that rut.
Yeah, I was more moving home to help support my mom.
Oh, so you moved back to... All right, so you moved back to help.
So she was kind of struggling.
Oh, that's tough, man. And the thing is now you become married to your fucking mom. You're the new husband. You're fucking taking care of her. You're doing this, doing that. Yeah, it's Look, a good way to spin it is that be like, hey, I'm helping my mom out and this, that, and the third, and women will find you fucking being a good guy. But trust, when I moved back, I had to live with my mom under those circumstances, and I didn't get a lot of pussy either. It's not even comfortable. It's not even comfortable fucking. It's yeah, come through between this time and that time. My mom's not there. No, she can't hear me fucking in my fucking double bed. It was sad. I feel for you. You're a good son for looking out, but you got to help her get back on her feet and explain to her that she's got to learn how to stand up on her own. And she might have to downsize and do that shit herself. So, it sounds to me like you and your mom need to have a conversation, because you got to be able to move on with your life. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. It's What Would You Do? I'm here to help you.
Red in Minnesota.
Red.
Hey, what's up?
Fucking chilling.
All right, that's good. All right, well, this is my situation. All right, I've been with this dude for 13 and a half years. It was pretty toxic. Well, anyway, make a long story short, I work overnights, and I work a lot of hours, so I'm not home as much as I guess a female should be. But when I'm gone, I found out through the grapevine, and which I found out facts because I met the females, my cat was running around doing his thing while I'm at work, taking care of all the bills. And I feel like a man is supposed to provide, but I feel like if a woman is doing everything and you ain't doing nothing, and I'm taking care of you financially, you know what I'm saying? I buy anything
What
that
are
you
you
want
doing?
to read. Just
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I don't think
Like, what are you? You're a fucking doormat. One, you're a doormat, and then two, he feels emasculated because you're doing everything, but he's such a bitch that he allows it to continue happening, and then the only way he can feel like a dude is by fucking other chicks. So you're creating some vicious cycle.
And the thing is, he runs game on these chicks in my town, and it's like, do you guys realize this man is 48 years old? He ain't got nothing. I mean, he's
runs game on people in your town. He was running game on your fucking dumbass.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No,
and
not
I didn't
was.
know all this
Is
shit was happening till late.
Is. You
And the
still
thing is,
fucking?
the one that I'm
Are you still
having-
with him?
No, hell no. We haven't been together in
Okay.
like 6 months, but there's
Okay.
still part of me. I think it's that whole, the whole ritual. We've been together for so long, even though it wasn't good. I still have kind of that loneliness for him.
Yeah,
Not that I want him
yeah.
back, because I don't want that.
No.
shit, but I still have-
Yeah. I understand. You still miss the companionship. Look, you just got.
Yeah, but I'm scared to meet somebody new because half of the dudes I met, they're all not extra fuck shit. I'm not down with that. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm too busy trying to make my money and do what I got to do for me and mine.
You're gonna have to find better places to go meet men. I don't know where you're going, but clearly
That's the thing. I don't go anywhere.
I don't know where you're meeting these fucking dudes, but like, not all guys suck, and
Right,
something
I agree.
about you got the shitty guy magnet. So you got to take a look in the mirror and ask, why am I attracting these fucking bum ass dudes that aren't about shit and that eat off of me?
Right. And I think part of the reason why guys like that are attracted to me, because I feel like, regardless of their past history, I feel like, I don't judge nobody, and I feel like everybody deserves a fair shot.
Nah, I don't
Maybe
agree.
that's where I'm
I
fucking
think
up at.
I think you should judge people. I judge people harshly. Yeah, I judge. I'm a
Okay.
judgy ass motherfucker. Yeah, when it comes, I'm judgmental as fuck when it comes to who's gonna come in my goddamn house and sleep in my fucking bed. Fuck yeah, I'm judging.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I respect that. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, you're gonna let this guy inside of your body? Yeah, be judgmental.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
For fuck's
Exactly.
sakes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, fucking, you got the open door policy into your pussy. You fucking chill that shit out.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, be more judgmental, be pickier about who you deal with, and look, yeah, some people get bad luck, but that doesn't mean you have to fuck with them. And either they're bad luck or losers. Either way, you don't want that fucking loser juice in your fucking pussy. Like, get that, stay away, run. All right, who else we got? 888-742-3345.
Got Julian in West Chicago.
Julian, West Side.
Hey, Jude. So I got scammed out of $10,000, and I don't know what to do.
Who got you?
So I saw this girl on Snapchat. She was saying that she could get people 10K grants that we didn't have to pay back. So I took my chance and got the money, but she wanted like a good portion amount of the money. She wanted like $7,000. So I ended up making up a story saying, "Hey, the money
You
never hit
chump.
my account." And
You fucking chump. You're giving chicks on Snapchat 7 racks? You deserve what you get, bro. I hope you fucking learned your lesson. Like, I cannot, like, there's
but
don't
there's more,
give-
Jude.
don't give-
I never gave her the 7 racks.
what did you get? You said you just got scammed out of $10,000. How did she get your money?
So she didn't get the money. She did something else. So it hit my account, right? So, but I lied to her and told her, "Hey, I didn't get this shit because I ain't no dumbass to give her 7 racks." So
How did she get it, bro? Oh my God, I'm asking you a fucking direct question. How did she get the $10,000?
A small business association loan, the SBA. Everyone's been doing it since last year, since the start of COVID.
So she used your name. It was identity theft.
Basically.
All right, so you gotta go through the proper channels and get that shit taken care of, and stop fucking with yo, dude. Like, if there's a bitch on Snapchat saying that she can get you money, It's a fucking lie, all right? It's a fucking lie. Run away. What do you even, like... If I'm fucking a chick and she asks for her hair to be done mid-stroke, I'm kicking her out of the fucking house. Like, what are you doing? What do you... I got time for one more, and then that's it.
All right.
Shade 45. It's what would you do? This fucking guy. Snapchat bitches $10,000.
I couldn't even believe it.
Finessed by fucking Snapchat.
I was like, are you fucking lying to me? I couldn't.
And he keeps going too. You're just like the more you talk, the more I understand why you got fucking finessed for 10 grand. For fuck's sakes, walking ATM machine. This fucking dude.
Ken Dog out of Arizona.
Ken Dog, what is your problem?
Yo, Jew, what it do?
You got it.
Yo, man. I've been in a relationship for 16 years and I'm thinking about cheating.
You've been in a relationship for 16 years and you're thinking about getting some strange. How come? Did she get fat? She's not fucking you? Why isn't she fucking you?
Pretty
You're not
much.
helping out around the house?
Attention.
Did you get fat? Are you ugly now? Like, what's going on?
I hope not. I think I'm good. I pay all the bills. I pay the mortgage. I pay the car note.
Look, all right, man. Go get some rub and tugs then. You know what I mean? Like, talk to her. I would have a conversation with her. Tell her that you want to have more sex, and go from there. And then if you can't get that situated, find you a nice little Thai lady to jerk you off. And take a shower because that lotion smells. There is a rub and tug smell. You'll reek of it. You'll reek of rub and tug. So make sure you got some fucking wet wipes and shit. Take a shower afterwards. I feel for you, bro. All right, that's what would you do? I'm done with this shit. Let's go.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
All right, y'all. You are listening to the All Out Show on 420. Hope you're getting fucking faded. Smoking some tree. I'm at Puff Cannabis Company on Joseph Campo and Hamtramck, Detroit. And I even autographed a couple books. You can stop in here, grab the fucking special edition autograph. The 420 on that bitch. To the first few people that come by, it's on me. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. You might have to wait in line though to get in. I'm warning you ahead of time, but there you go. That's me looking out for you. If you're not in the area, you can buy the book. Go to Amazon. It won't be signed, but it's still fire. Type in Jude Hummingbird or Jude Hyena. You'll love them both. Also go to onemorejude.com. You can grab some gear. And you can follow the All Out Show at All Out Show. And you can follow me at One More Jude. I do little talks and fucking post dank memes. It's a meme museum. You'll love it. All right. So coming up next, we got John with the news. What do you got for us on the news, John?
Vagina smell? What's that like?
The way your vagina smells. It's not supposed to smell like flowers. Surprisingly, if it does, bitch, you're lying. You're rubbing that shit with something. Putting a Glade plug-in your pussy. We don't want that. We want it to smell like kind of. I like my pussy to taste like papaya, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm a tropical guy. What do you want me to say? Vagina smells and then other shit too. The special 420 edition from Puff Cannabis Company. We out this bitch.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you. And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John C. Matthews.
For some reason, Business Insider, they have an article.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. Business Insider has an article. Imagine that. What's it about there, John?
Don't feel insecure if your vagina isn't fragrant.
Nah, vaginas. I don't trust a fragrant vagina. I don't want that shit to smell like a car air freshener, like one of them trees or some shit like that. It needs to smell like pussy.
Well, Business Insider, they've got you covered.
Depending on the pussy. Some pussy has a little tang to it, almost like a little mango-y type, little zippity papaya. I feel like papaya is the closest thing, when you eat papaya, is the closest thing to tasting like pussy. I don't know if it's the enzymes or what. So don't worry, ladies, if your pussy doesn't smell like fucking roses. It's not supposed to.
Nope.
It's supposed to smell like pussy.
And periods, semen, and infections can alter the scent, obviously. So.
That's the other thing too. The pussy is like it's its own fucking, got its own little fucking atmosphere and shit down there, so it's forever changing. You like right before a girl's gets on her period, it gets strong. It's a strong smelling pussy, and then during the period, strong. Post period, it chills out a little bit, and then that whole ovulation stage, that's when it smells pretty fucking good, which makes sense because that's when you're supposed to get knocked up. That's when the pussy's really coaxing the dick, like, here, come on in here and come in me, come in this twat, come in this twat. Yep.
Well, now, there was a time, though, where it could get out of hand. Let's say you've got trichomoniasis. This is an amoeba-like organism that swims around and spreads through sex.
Or that one shit that I got, the bacterial vaginosis. That shit, no fault. It's no one's fault, but like these things can happen. Like, and that can make the pussy smell weird.
You should have that checked out.
Yeah. The woman I was seeing, her pussy smelled really good. Then it got to smelling it didn't smell bad. It just smelled different. You know what I mean? It was bacterial vaginosis. She even said, she was like, my shit does not smell the same now. She was like, you fucked it weird. I was like, I did. I'm sorry. I ruined it.
Wow.
And it turned out she just needed antibiotics. Then poof, she was back to fucking regular pussy again.
See, but now when it comes to women, how do they actually smell their? I mean, and when they take off their underwear, something just like wafts up. Like, oh, whoa, check that out.
Some of these chicks, I'm like, really, bitch? Like, why does your pussy smell like a Filipino's house at dinner time? Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Like, why? Like, explain to me this shit. How is that normal to you? Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I'm just like, whoa, yo, fish and pennies, son, fish and pennies. Can't deal with it. Pass, hard pass for the kid.
And she reacted well to that.
I literally, it was like a one night stand. I literally went and got a fucking rag and wiped her pussy off in the middle of us fucking, and it still didn't go away. That one I called. That one I didn't try. That one I did a little bit in, and then just kind of called it quits after about 20 minutes. I was like, all right, we've had enough. We've gone far enough. Your pussy smells like fucking fried whiting. I'm good on that. Let's just. And the whole fucking crib smelled bad afterwards. It made me put on country music and just be sad. Like, I put on George Jones and just started thinking about regrets and shit. It was fucked up. So, if your pussy smells like fish, change your diet. I don't know what to tell you. And then the other one, too, was that girl that was on all the antidepressants. Her pussy smelled like sadness. That's the best way I could put it. It was like chemicals and sadness. Like no hope.
Now you've done some things. So, but in porn,
oh yeah, I've done some things.
You have. But when guys in porn take their fingers out of a woman's vagina and then put it in their mouth, I've seen that more times than I can count. Have you ever done that to a lady?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Have I ever fingered a chick and then
put it in her
tasted
mouth?
them?
No, put it in her mouth.
I'll be like,
Really?
yeah, taste that shit.
Wow.
I'm like, you made that. You did that. You made that. That's yours. Take that. Take that. Take that.
One day.
But if they try to do that back to me, I'm like, no. If I bust a nut and they try to fucking be like, taste that, I kick them out of the house. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You taste it. God damn it. Yeah.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, there it is. Fucking vaginas. They're like snowflakes. They're everyone's different and beautiful in their own way. Own your pussy, ladies. But take care of that shit too.
All right, so this is out of Britain, but I think it applies to here too. Vice is telling me that Gen Z, they love coke. They love cocaine just as much as their parents did. There's this idea that coke is out, but anecdotally, not so much. And I can vouch for that. The young people I know.
I feel like the only time coke really took a dip was during the crack when the crack phase. And it like the two were kind of like intertwined, so coke was less popular, but it was still, people were still doing it. They were just doing it more low key. But like, yeah, coke is, I feel like coke and heroin just keeps on going. You know what I mean? And marijuana for that, like tree, coke, heroin. That's the trifecta of fucking drugs.
Heroin's more of a commitment, though. Coke is more of a night out, but heroin, geez, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the dog, like, I know some functioning ass junkies, bro. Like, straight up, like high functioning junkies, like vice presidents of shit. And they just gotta do little bits all day so that they don't get dope sick. So there you go. It's more prominent than you think it is. And then you got the fucking just straight up junkies that are like nodding off and shit. But yeah, surprise, cocaine is just as popular with the fucking kids as with the parents.
Well, we will be doing the drug stock market soon, and
drug stock market. We're gonna see how much drugs cost all over the country.
And they do point out here that one reason that it's so popular, or I mean, it hasn't dipped, is right now it appears that the quality is good and the price isn't so bad. So those two factors are contributing.
That's all. Yeah, like the price of coke has not gone up that much over the last 25 years. It's kind of crazy. Same with mushrooms too. Like you can, like back in the day, an eighth of mushrooms was like between $20 and $30, and it's still about the same. Which is crazy. Yeah, it's like, I think they just pick, like, you know, I think these cats are making like the cats are out of Colombia. There's just so much coke that they're like, okay, this much a gram. You know what I mean? They just come up with a round number and just stick to it. Yeah. The only time I saw the keys really going crazy was during like the COVID shit. And there was a couple droughts that I saw around the country when we were doing the drug stock market. But shout out to Jimmy Jew, who I follow on Instagram. He was telling me that the coke is back to being good again.
Just out of curiosity, so let's say I'm walking down the street with a bag of mushrooms in my pocket and I get stopped. Am I in big trouble? I've lost track of that. Are mushrooms a huge deal?
I think mushrooms in Cali are like decriminalized.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
Other places, I think it's still class 2.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to walk around Kentucky flashing my mushrooms,
But the other thing is, like, they can't smell for mushrooms or none of that shit. Like, if you keep your shit fucking... I think I told you, like, I went to Hedonism, the swingers resort, and as I'm walking through, when you got to walk through customs, so I'm walking through customs, and they keep sending the drug dogs after me, and I'm looking at them like, bro, quit, like, with the fucking golden retrievers. They send, like, 15 of them after me. And I'm like, I don't have fucking anything. Like, to the point where I'm like me-mugging the Fed dudes. And I'm like, I don't have anything. And then I got home, and sure enough, I had an ounce of mushrooms in my fucking pocket. They can't even smell for the shit. They don't even train them to smell for the mushrooms. So, like, you're good.
All right.
Unless your dumbass is like, I got something to tell you.
Here you go.
You got it in your front pocket. Yeah, just stuff it in your dick. Call it a day.
All right, so there is someone writing for Psychology Today, and this is more of like an editorial, but she's concerned about how kids are being coddled, and you would certainly agree with this lady, that, with all these like soccer dates and video games and everything's controlled with parents and their kids these days, that the kids are just growing up all kinds of screwed up, and they're not facing their fears and overcoming challenges as we did as kids, and they're just getting screwed up, and she's saying this is not healthy.
Yeah, these kids have they're on play dates and they got places to go. They never have the opportunity to be fucking bored and have some shit to come up with, or just have to go outside and figure out shit. Or I was even talking to my homeboy, like these cats will take their kids to the bus stop and then wait for them at the bus stop, and like the bus in the bus stop. Man, you really figured out how to get around in life, man. Like where you could sit, where you couldn't sit, who to fuck with, who not to fuck with, who to stay away from at the bus stop, how to talk your way out of some shit. Like they're just being robbed of that. And then what sucks is they grow up and then we got to deal with them in the workplace. They're running to HR for everything because their parents, they literally go from their parents babying them to HR babying them. I told you about my homeboy who literally had an employee call his mom to yell at him, and he just fired him on the spot. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro."
I mean, again, years ago, I stopped counting how many young people I've seen cry in offices, and I just can't believe it. It's just a sticking point for me. I just can't forgive that.
I had a cousin that was like working at Panera, and he was working at Panera, old as fuck, living with his mom, and the manager, who was a woman, made him cry, and he was talking about it. I was like, bro, like, I'd rather hear about you sucking dick for heroin than this shit. This is embarrassing, bro. Like, this is fucking embarrassing. You work at Panera living with your mom in your 20s and a fucking lady manager made you cry and you're telling me about it like I'm supposed to feel bad for you? Fuck you, dog. He's still a bitch. To this day, he's still a bitch. He's in a Facebook group that tells on people for not wearing masks and shit, that tries to get businesses shut down. He's one of those guys.
Oh man,
I know, dog. I know. I can't believe we're related. I'm just like, I can't even believe it.
So with this particular lady here, and she's saying that she's encouraging her kid to go out there and put himself in uncomfortable situations and embrace failure and then learn from it. I mean, she really wants to toughen him up.
Yeah. I used to get fucking shit on all the fucking time. Like, I used to get called fat all the fucking time until I stopped wanting to be called fat and started losing weight. Like, yeah. And I was a late bloomer, and I was young. I was younger than everybody and a late bloomer. So, man, I was getting fucked with tough, dog. Like, I was 14 and still had the dick of a toddler, man. Like, I was like, I had that, like, that's why I got a decent sense of humor. I had to come up with it. I had to come up with like ways to deflect shit. Cause you're dealing with grown ass men. Fucking little asshole grown ass men. Like, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I agree with this woman wholeheartedly. Like, it's good for everybody if your kids aren't fucking bitches.
Yep.
And they fail. And failure is just a part of life. And if you haven't failed, that means you haven't pushed yourself. That means you haven't tried hard enough. If you haven't failed, that means you haven't tried hard enough. If you don't have scabs, that means you haven't pushed hard enough. That means you're living life safe. And I'm against that.
Yeah. And as you just pointed out, down the road, you won't be able to handle real stress in the future. So you got to
and they're not doing anything. They got no meaning in their life. They're not making anything. All they do is fuck. The only meaning that they have is like to tell on people and shit. Like, It's just a generation of lames. Not all of them, but like there's enough in that generation just to be like, why don't you just focus on doing cool shit instead of fucking telling on people and being a bitch your whole fucking life.
All right, so you've suffered some heartbreak over the years, and it looks as though there is a physical manifestation of this. It even has a name.
What's it called?
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Okay.
It's the broken heart, and it does, this stress that you feel when you suffer this loss, it does impact your heart. And of course, I mean, we've read the stories over the years of, older couples who die within minutes of each other or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
But really,
they don't even want to live no more. They're just done.
Isn't that sad? That always makes me kind of sad, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it's touching, but still.
I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
I got no opinion on the fucking shit. Like, you want to keep living, and you want to,
carry on.
Both my grandfathers outlived my grandmothers, and.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And because usually it's the man that dies first, and the one handled it really well, and the other is just doing awful. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
But
so
they're looking at a drug here to deal with this, and again, so let's say
what's the drug? Alcohol or marijuana?
No, I don't see that here.
Just to numb the pain.
Well, it works to sort of correct this imbalance in your heart, because you really can feel that. And I mean, I guess I have too, to an extent, this sort of like dull ache in your chest when you're super sad about something like this.
I was just talking about that. How women feel it all painful for like a little bit, and then men just have the dull ache forever. You just have a dull ache for 10 fucking years. You could live with that.
Oh,
sweet.
Turns out mostly women suffer from this mysterious condition. So ladies, be careful.
There you go. I feel like women, I disagree, man. I feel like women feel it harder, quicker, but guys feel it like longer. It's like just a long fucking beating, a long, slow ass whooping. And women just feel like a knife in the chest for a fucking couple months. And fellas feel like, it feels like someone's stabbing you with a fork and just twisting it for years. That's the way I would describe it. But sure. And women are more likely to tell you how they feel. You know what I mean? Like, a dude's not gonna be like, I feel really this, that, and the third.
I know, and this could be a shortcoming on my part, but I'm always kind of reluctant to talk about that with women. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
I think it's a decent idea to stay away from that. Like, no one really wants to hear about someone else's ex unless they bring it up. But like, that's something I kind of stay away from.
So sad.
I know.
I can't do it.
I mean, I write about this shit, but like that's in the book. Like, you chose to pick that up. It's not like I'm first date and like, we used to come here all the time. You ordered tacos, she got tacos. Oh, what's wrong? Nothing. Just thinking. just thinking.
Do you find that when you're suffering through that starting to date another woman will kind of lessen the blow a little bit, or no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it definitely does. But then, like, fucking chicks that you don't like that much makes it worse. Yeah. So there you go. Like, there's nothing worse than like having like heartache and then getting some pussy and then feeling like just as bad afterwards. Almost worse. Like, damn, that didn't do shit. That was good for that moment. Now I feel even worse now that they're gone. I've been both places, so yeah. So what's the name of the drug that they're using?
I cannot pronounce this. I'm not going to try, but it's it's abbreviated SAHA, SAHA.
SAHA.
So ask your doctor about SAHA if you're suffering too much.
Let me get some fucking SAHA, son. Actually, that's one of the few drugs in the city where I'm like, oh, boss up, be a man, do it. Like, SAHA might stop like drug overdoses and a bunch of other shit. So there you go. SAHA.
All right, so we recently talked about the joy of hearing a good song for the first time, but there is this idea that music can be addictive as fast food, money, and alcohol, without all the drawbacks, obviously, but because it stimulates this pleasure center of your brain, and they've been studying this over the years, and they have concluded that, yes, it does have a serious impact on your mood and everything, really.
I feel like, out of all artists, musicians are the most powerful. Like, you put it in a song, it becomes a mantra. Now I'm singing it in my brain, shit like that, for good and for bad. Like, shout out to Poison Clan, but pull up something for you raggedy assholes. This shit fucking ruined me. You know what I mean? Like, just ruined the way I looked at women for the first, There was other outside shit, but like this definitely did not fucking did not help. So like music is really powerful in that it can get you to think a certain way, push a certain message, celebrate a certain thing. It's really powerful. I don't think musicians are responsible for the way people act, but songs do affect people totally to the fullest. Did you find something for you raggedy assholes?
Check it out now.
Yeah, turn it up. Yeah.
Man ball in the house, a shaman. Bust down in the house tonight, a shaman. You're truly JT in the house.
I was like 13.
Come on, and we
turn this up.
To all you stinking ass motherfucking bitches. Listen to this here, no time to be sincere, cause it's just a diss here. My attitude toward bitches is rude. Don't wanna see them unless they're in the nude. So
yeah, it's wrong,
with the clothes. Now I'm a low life with no wife. You know how that shit goes. See, I expect a little something. I hope you don't. Cause so you get some nut. All I got is straight pipe and backbone. And when I'm finished, put your clothes on and go home. Hurry up and don't act like
I still live like that. Look at that. Some of the shit I still live by. Yeah, so shit like that. Yeah, and I'd play that song on repeat. That shit fucking I brainwashed myself with that shit. And the way people behaved, you know what I mean? Like in where I'm from, kind of co-sign those beliefs. But yeah, music is addictive.
Do you listen to music every single day? Well, I mean, obviously we do, but I mean,
no. Every day I listen to music every single day.
Okay.
And I know, like when I'm like depressed or feeling down, when I'm not listening to music. When I'm not putting on the fucking tape in the morning or some shit like that, that's when I know I'm like, damn, dog, you must be in a mood. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I listened to music this morning. Went through a bunch of different jazz records that I bought to see like which ones I was going to hold on to and shit. Yeah, so listen every day.
All right, I do have some good news for you, though.
All right, what's the good news?
And now, time for good news.
There is a little girl, a first grader, who wrote to Old Navy, and she was upset because her pockets on her jeans weren't real. I wasn't aware this was a thing, but I guess some women's jeans, they don't have real pockets. They're just sewn shut.
I guess. I don't know. I don't wear women's fucking jeans,
well,
John.
It's a thing. I don't know. I mean, so this little kid, Cameron Gardner, she wrote to Old Navy and said, well, I mean, you want to hear, I can never read some of the letter. You want that for a second?
I guess, man. Go ahead, sure. Read me some about it.
Dear Old Navy, I do not like that the front pockets of the girls' jeans are fake. I want...
She got a voice like me.
I know she does. I was thinking the same thing. She may have a trip to the doctor in her future.
Yeah.
But...
So what'd they do? They gave her some jeans with some pockets in them or some shit?
They sent her some jeans. Now, I mean, the good news here is that she, with her mom, she wrote this letter to try to do something rather than, hate on them on Twitter or something like that. So she wrote a letter and they wrote back and they sent her some jeans, and that's a lesson for her. So
there you go.
Yeah.
My biggest fucking pet peeve is I got all these tracksuits and like none of the pockets are deep enough. Like, you want to lose your wallet and your keys? Wear a Sergio Tacchini tracksuit. Fucking kills me. I literally want to go to fucking like a tailor to get deeper pockets so I can wear them bitches.
Tracksuit.
So, Yeah. I got all these fucking old school tracksuits, bro. Like, but I can't wear them because fucking everything falls out of my pockets.
And you get your fanny pack. Well, could complete the whole scene.
Shut the fuck up. Fanny pack. Get the fuck out of here. If you ever see me with a fanny pack, smack the shit out of me. Just smack me. You don't even gotta. You have full permission to smack me if I'm wearing a fanny pack. I remember my sister got me one of those for 1 year for my birthday, and I just looked at her like, "Do you even know me? Like, how long have you known me for? Like, when am I ever gonna wear this fucking gay ass shit, dog? For real." Some stonewashed fanny pack. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, dog." I thought it'd be cute. Nah, I'm not with that. All right, that's the news.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
All right, y'all. That was the show. I want to thank everybody. Shawnice, Keenan, John, fucking Puff Cannabis Company for having me here. They kept trying to feed me, and I was like, I can't eat or else I get tired on the radio. So, thank you for the hospitality. Really appreciate everything. Chris Sage, the fucking herbal chef that came on and gave everybody some ways to cook with marijuana. And if you stop by Puff, I got a couple copies of Hummingbird autographed and shit. Stop in and ask for it. First couple people get it. The rest of you guys are asked the fuck out. But Joseph Campo, Google it. Don't be a dumbass. All right, let's go.